Welcome everybody to the Leadership Coaches and our series and interview with. I'm Terry Neild, an Associate Leadership Coach and Facilitator with TLC, and it's our pleasure to have joining us today my old friend Kosta Christofi. He's the Head of Leadership and Management Development for Reading Partnership. And we've got a great question for Kosta today. It is, what is your tool of choice for leadership? So there you go, Kosta. What is it?
Hi, Terry. Thank you for bringing me on. Great to be with you. My tool of leadership choice is Action-Centered Leadership by John Adair.
Oh, I love Action-Centered Leadership. It's a real favorite of mine as well. Why don't you explain what it's all about to the people out there?
Okay, well, I first came across it over 20 years ago when I first started in leadership development. And for me, it's just a beautifully simple depiction of the three core elements of success for any leader or manager. So it's essentially made of three overlapping circles as per a Venn diagram style, and it focuses on the first circle, which is achieving the task, second circle, which is building and maintaining the team, and the third circle, which is developing and identifying the needs of the individual. And that's it in a nutshell, and it assigns various functions to those three circles.
Okay, yeah. I've come across that a few times myself, and I really like the way it overlaps and you have to look at it. So what are the fundamentals of it all then? So if you're talking about the task, what kind of things are we looking at?
Well, essentially, the task in Adair's model is really simple. It's the reason that we are there. It's the purpose, it's the deliverables, it's whatever that team is tasked with achieving. And you can overlay it to a whole company, or you can overlay it to a local team. But it's whatever that group of people are required to deliver. It's as simple as that. An achievement of that task, obviously, is the goal.
Okay, so what kind of things are we looking at the leader to start doing behavior-wise when we're looking at the task side of things?
So that's really essentially understanding what the deliverables are, making sure the processes and the infrastructure and the KPIs are clearly communicated and that people know what they're doing. It's very much the kind of management side of things. It's making sure that everybody has the right tools to do the job, the resources are in place, there are efficiencies and things are geared towards the achievement of the task. People know what the measurements are. There's performance management within that to make sure that we're achieving those tasks. And it is at the end of the day what that team is going to be measured on. However, the key to this model, of course, is that the task is so big it cannot be achieved by the leader stroke manager alone.
Now we start to go somewhere. So it does need the team and the individual. So why don't you tell me the team side of things then?
So you've got this big task that you require a group of people to do. So that needs a team. So building and maintaining the team is about bringing people together and getting them to work as a team. And it involves a lot of the leadership side of what we do. Building a team ethos, creating a culture, getting people to work together. You know, you can have a group of people working to the same task, but if they're not pulling together and moving in the same direction, they're not really a team. All they are is a group of people with their own agendas. So team is all about bringing that unit collectively together, having a group of people with a common purpose, a common goal, and they will support and encourage and nurture and look after each other towards the direction of achieving the task. So that's where the team comes in. Now, I know what you're going to ask me next.
What's that then, Kosta?
Tell me about the individual.
Beautiful.
We need to recognize that we've got the task, we need a team to achieve it. That team is, and we're building it and growing it. But of course, the team is made of individuals. So that recognizes you can't treat everybody the same all the time. Every individual, the leader, manager has to get to know them, has to spend time with them, has to understand what their motivators are, their drivers, their personalities, what level of development they're at in achieving the task. So we need to focus as well on individual needs and spend good quality one-to-one time and getting to know our people, making sure that we understand how they work, what their drivers are, what their motivators are. So you've then got a lot of individuals, a group of individuals who are coming together, they're finding their personal needs being met and considered, they're coming together, working as a team, and that team collectively achieves the task. It's just fantastic and so simple.
It is, yeah. I've used this before in the past, and I'm very task focused. So how do we find out where our preferences are with regards to this model?
Well, it's a question, a very good question that I always challenge my learners with, Terry, and that is, of those 3 circles, most people will have one that is a preference. And yeah, Adair talks about a great leader will metaphorically be in a helicopter hovering above all 3 circles and identifying where their energy and effort is needed. And they'll land the helicopter, do what needs to be done, then get back in the helicopter and take that big overview again. But what we tend to do is we land the helicopter more often in the circle that is our preference. So I encourage my learners to be honest with themselves and identify which is their preference, and to challenge and push themselves to jump back in the helicopter when what's needed to be done is done, and maintain that overview. And it is a danger, but likewise, as well as having preferences, there may be one of those circles that people want to avoid because it's their least favorite. So it's that conscious awareness of the 3 circles, and that actually we need to be constantly moving between the 3 and not settling in our preferred one too long, and not avoiding our least preferred one because we don't feel comfortable there. Because if you break any of the 3, or you neglect or ignore any of the 3, overall the task will fall down.
That's brilliantly explained. What level do you think this is ideal for, this action-centered leadership?
Every level, Terry. It's particularly useful for new entry-level managers because it helps them consciously think about what they're doing. It's very easy to get sucked in to a very reactive state when you first take on your first people management role, and just focus sometimes more on the task. So it's a great way of just helping them to be a bit more consciously aware, a bit more strategic about how they invest their energy and their time. So it's great for new managers, but you know what? This is really good for any level, because regardless of the level you're at, you will have your own team, you will have individuals within that team. And as you quite rightly say, we still have our preferences right the way through life. So it really helps even experienced managers identify where their preferences are and to avoid spending too long in them, and allows them to be more strategic and thoughtful about where they invest their energy and their time.
Thank you so much. This has been a really great interview about a lovely, lovely model that is right for everybody. So I'm going to say thank you again, Kosta. It's been a brilliant interview, and for taking part in the Leadership Coaches and Interviewee series. We've covered some fantastic insights around task, team, individual. So if you want to find out more about how the Leadership Coaches can help you develop your leaders, give us a call on 0800 345 7727, or visit our website to see how we help clients develop their leadership capabilities, just like Kosta just described. So thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Terry. Bye-bye.